Hello and welcome to Crystal-Clair Divination. Today we are going to go over a brief description and explanation of the Light Seer's Tarot and guidebook. I know many of you have seen these cards. These cards are absolutely beautiful. I've seen them in a lot of readings myself. But however, there's so much more to them than what I realized and what some of you may have realized. And so I just wanted to do a real quick go through of the book. So let's see. So Chris Ann, right? This book was by Chris Ann. Now I'm going to tell you, when I first got the cards, I did not get the ones that had Chris Ann's name on the cards. And the little tiny guidebook that came with it, it was not impressive. It was not impressive, and as I began writing some of the things down and comparing them to the Rider-Waite, which, you know, I do that with all cards, I started noticing some things just didn't add up and they didn't make sense. And I thought, well, surely this is not correct. And so I went on to Chris Ann's, the Light Seer's Tarot webpage, and I saw things that I had never seen before. I got a whole new understanding of this deck. And so I went ahead and I bought the whole thing, right? Rather than having the little pocket size that I had, I went ahead and I just bought the whole thing so I could get the book. I did try to find the book on its own, but I couldn't find it like that anywhere. And the site itself is impressive. The site, when you're reading her words on the webpage, you can feel the love. You can feel the intention of healing, and it's the most beautiful thing. So if you do not have these cards, or if you have like a pocket deck with the little guidebook like I did, I encourage you to go out and buy the deck with her name on it, so you can get the guidebook. Some of the things that are offered that you're not told when you buy the deck without her name, right, is that she does the readings from the light side and the shadow side. I know this is probably something I'm the last person to know, but it's absolutely beautiful. She has this idea that it's okay to reverse the cards yourself, right? I can go and read it to make it make more sense. But so here you have, so for the full, you would read it upright. And then for some of her tarot spreads, you would intentionally place this reversed. And I'm going to stop rambling and try to make sense here. So, for example, she has the one card draw, right? We've all seen these. Now, on her 2-card draw, she has you intentionally place one upright and intentionally place one reversed. So what it says, I want to introduce you to a light and shadow technique that will have you placing cards in their upright and reversed positions on purpose. So Light Seer and Shadow Seer. So for the Light Seer, where the greatest opportunity for light in the situation, right? So where is the greatest opportunity? So when you place it in the upright position, you're looking for where is the greatest opportunity, right? And so let's say that we pulled that. So your greatest opportunity would be in full. Well, if you drew next the Magician, you would intentionally place it reversed. And it says, where is the greatest opportunity to heal shadow in this situation? Right? It says, of course, you can choose to place the cards as you draw them. I know it's unorthodox, but I find the most healing messages come through when we force the reversals and uprights in a reading. Okay, when the first time I read that, I thought, what is she talking about? Okay, so then if you go and you read the Magician in reverse, right, you're going to read both of these. So we have the Fool, which of course is the 0 card, right? It's the very first card of the major arcana. So you would read it in its upright position, right? She refers to it as Light Seer and Shadow Seer. She doesn't refer to it as upright or reversed, okay? So the question, let me go back to the question and read it to you exactly. But your memory's probably better than mine, but this is the question. Where is the greatest opportunity for light in this situation? So for her, what she has written in here for the Fool, new beginnings, potential, adventures, enthusiasm, awakening, innocence, and optimism, right? So again, that would be, where is the greatest opportunity for light, right? So the greatest opportunity for light would be embracing your innocence, embracing new beginnings and awakening, tapping into enthusiasm, right? And having an adventurous spirit, right? Tapping into that adventurous side of you. And then for the shadow, we have the Magician, right? So we're just going to find the Magician, reverse, and you would read, again, she doesn't do reversals, right? Shadow Seer. It says, unused potential, latent talents, questionable intentions, manipulation, selfishness, unfocused or blocked creative energy. Okay, go back because I'm super excited, so my brain is completely fuzzy right now. I can't remember what I said 2 seconds ago. Oh, and then I lost the page because... there it is. Okay, so Shadow Seer. Where is the greatest opportunity to heal shadow in this situation? So that would be unused potential, right? Latent talents, questionable intentions, and again, that's where is the greatest opportunity to heal shadow, right? See, I love that because if you just pulled it up right, if you if you pulled it Light Seer and you read it in this position with the same question, but you read it up right, it's skill, natural talents, powers of manifestation, creativity, resourcefulness, right? So it's different. It changes the meaning. And so I think it's cool. Maybe I think it's cool because it's new to me, or, maybe I see potential, right? I think this is something really cool. Some of you probably already knew this and use it. If you do already use this, please let me know what your experience with it has been, how you feel about that. And then, so she has another one, Lightworker Illumination Spread, right? It's like this here. And it's 3 cards. You have the first card for grounding, the second for Shadow Seer, and the third for illumination. Well, so you're going to put, so first of all, our first card is going to be here. Okay, our second card is going to go above, and the third card is going to go below and in reverse, right? Again, Shadow Seer position. Okay, and so the first is grounding. Place card as it is pulled. So, right, because see, it doesn't have up or down, right? So however this came out is how you would use it. And then, where am I now? So that's what this first card is. However it comes out is where you are now. Then for the second card, I got those backwards. I don't know why I'm acting like it matters at the moment. It's not an actual reading, but so the second card is for illumination. You pull it out and place it in the Light Seer, place it in Shadow Seer position. What shadows need to be cleared before the situation can be resolved, right? And then that was already. So that actually makes sense because we just saw that a moment ago, so we know what this means, right? And then for the third card, you're going to place it in this Light Seer position. This card represents the energy needed for the best possible outcome. I mean, really, that just kind of worked out, right? That just kind of worked out perfectly. But because the way she writes this is so beautiful, we're going to go ahead and we're going to read it rather than just go based on our own knowledge of the High Priestess, okay? So, Light Seer, dreams, powerful visions, psychic insights, serendipity, meditation, introspection, intuition, a spiritual experience. I mean, and that is right. I mean, we need Spirit's help, right? Even when we're actually, in fact, even more on days when we're feeling confident, right? Because it's so easy to get wrapped up in ego, because when you're lacking self-confidence, even that is an ego problem, okay? And that's what we need to clear most of the time, so that way we can properly hear Spirit, hear the messages that Spirit has for us. So this actually works. How about that? All we did was take the first 3 cards of the Major Arcana, okay? And we got us a nice little reading for the day. Let's see. Is there another one? There is. So, calling in love spread. Okay. So, it's 4 cards. So we have the first one, they have it pointed up. See, I don't want this one to even go up right now, but you know, we're going to do that anyway. And then 3 and 4. So now 3 is reversed, but let's see how it works out, because again, we might get something we need, right? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so for 1, recognizing love. Place in light seer position. What qualities will my future partner have? Oh, well, that's great, right? That's good. We need someone who can join us on this journey, right? Okay, and then 2, seeking light. Place in light seer position. Where can I seek them? Who will they remind me of? Why would you want your new love to remind you of someone? Well, I guess that could be good if it's, you know, like if you had a really good relationship with one of your parents, you know, or an aunt, an uncle. You know, if you had a really good relationship with someone, maybe a teacher or a counselor, someone, just a friend even, a coworker, someone who was good for you, someone who offered moral support, someone who isn't in your life for one reason or another, but not because of something negative, right? And because I think, let's see, okay, so one of my closest friends reminds me of my favorite cousin who passed away about 12, 13 years ago. And sometimes it just makes me miss my cousin more, you know, it makes me miss him more. But other times I don't want to say that I'm living through him, right, having a relationship with my cousin through him, but sometimes maybe that might be part of the reason why I feel more comfortable, right? I feel comfortable because he's familiar, and he's familiar in a positive way. He's familiar in an uplifting way, right? And so my relationship with my friend is based on who my friend is, but yes, he still reminds me of someone, right? So, of course, negative thoughts were the first thing that came to mind when I read that part about who does he remind me of. And I'm like, I don't know about that. So, but it can actually be good. So 3, blocking love, right? And this one, all right, placed in a shadow seer position. What shadow aspect of mine is blocking this union? Well, yeah, I mean, the priestess reverse is just going to be the opposite of what the priestess is, right? It's going to be the opposite of what the priestess has to offer, or her purpose, right? So let's go ahead and read the priestess in reverse. So shadow seer position, excuse me, I keep saying that. So high priestess in the shadow seer position, keeping secrets, gossip or mistruths, hidden agendas, fear of intuitive abilities, not paying attention to your inner voice, right? So what, right? So yeah, you could be listening to gossip that is getting in the way of you, nurturing this connection, right? And how was the question? What shadow aspect of mine is blocking this union? All right. So if you're allowing yourself to listen to gossip, that's going to put you on high alert, right? You're going to be afraid, but you really should just give people a chance and learn who they are, right? Judge them by their own merits, not just what you've heard. Now, sometimes it is good to listen to the things that people say and take that into consideration, but don't pass judgment based on that, right? So, or it could be that you yourself are wrapped up in some gossip, right? You are gossiping, or maybe you could just be. So there's a difference between talking about a situation, right? Talking about, and this is something people tend to do. I've been guilty of this in the past. When people get into a new relationship, they talk about their ex. They talk about the things that went on in that relationship, right? Some people talk only about the good, and then your new partner thinks you're still hooked on your ex, and you might be. And then sometimes people talk so much about the bad things in the old relationship, they feel like they're being drug into it, and that can affect the way they view you because they might think you're just a negative person. And if you haven't let go of even the negative stuff, you're probably still stuck on your ex, right? So this could be something you're doing. You're either talking about your ex to the point where it's gossip and it's just negative, or you might be gossiping about people at work, or gossiping about people, at school, or, church, So This is good. I like this as my point. This is really good. I like that idea, her idea of putting things in I almost said it again, in the shadow seer. Okay, I love this. So, excuse my rambling. I'm sorry. So, calling in love spread. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, with 3 being below and in the shadow seer position. So 1, recognizing love, 2, seeking light, 3, blocking love, 4, attracting love. So number 4, place in light seer position. What qualities do I possess that will attract my partner? Yeah, this is a quality that most people want, right? This is definitely a quality most people want. People want to be cared for and nurtured and seen and know that they are safe, right? Hold on, but let's read what she says. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Light seer, the divine feminine, prolific creativity, fertility, motherhood, unity, the goddess, sensuality, nurturing. Why did I see torturing? Where's my head at? Nurturing, abundance, empathy, unconditional love, unification of mind, body, spirit. Whoa, we're asking for a lot there, aren't we? Okay. But I love that. I absolutely love that. So we have, what qualities do I possess that will attract my partner? So I'm telling you right now, if you do this spread for yourself and you pull that card, the Empress card, to land in the number 4 position of this reading, you have to comment below and let me know what your other 3 cards were. I mean, I need to know. Because this here, you know, I hate it when I have these kind of thoughts, but this is what everybody wants, and this is how everybody wants to be seen, right? But not many people are willing and or able to give that in return, right? A lot of people lack that ability. So let's see what she says in High Priest reverse, because I feel like I didn't read that. All right, Shadow Seer. Damn it, I did it again. The High Priestess in the Shadow Seer position. Keeping secrets, gossiping, or mistruths, hidden agendas, fear. Oh, I did read this, didn't I? Yeah. And see, unfortunately, this is the truth of a lot of people, isn't it? High Priestess reverse is the truth of a lot of people. A lot of people have so many secrets, right? And so let's see here. We have blocking love. Well, yeah, secrets and mistrust and gossiping and all that will definitely block love. What shadow aspect of mine is blocking this union? And so you definitely don't want that to get in the way. Because, I mean, really, this right here, this in my mind, this right here, that's like perfect. That's perfection. That is what I think deep down we all want, right? Deep down we all want this. We want the combination of these 4 cards, right? In ourselves and in each other, right? But that is so difficult to do because there's always going to be, right, in your shadow self, something, right? You have to become aware. And that's what I love about her idea of flipping these into the shadow seer position. I love this. Like, I'm sold on this. I think this is great. Okay, so let's see what others. I think there was one more. Was there one more? Yeah. Soul Joy spread. And you know, this is so cool because these spreads, especially with the way we're doing this flipping thing, it's so insightful. The way she writes these cards and the way she did her spread, they're so insightful, they're so deep. But yet it's just 3 fucking cards. Excuse me. It's 3 freaking cards. That's all it is. It's just 3 cards. But yet there's so much in there, right? All right. So back to the beginning. 1, we had this one first. So however it comes out, right? This is what she says. 1, gift, place in light seer position. 2, illumination, place in shadow seer position. And 3, lessons of joy, place cards in as pulled. So for 1, place light seer position. 2, I'm going to put in shadows. No, as it's pulled. I skipped over. Yeah, 2 is shadow sphere. I was looking down at 3 because I was going down. Okay. And then 3, place as it's pulled. So obviously we pulled this because it's a new deck. I just opened it. My first time using the actual cards as they were intended, right, was with you guys. So thank you for being here with me. All right, so joy, soul joy spread. All right, so we did that. We placed it in the seer position. What can I give? Right, so what is it you can give, right? So let's read it again, make sure it's fresh on our minds. What can I give? New beginnings, potential, adventures, enthusiasm, awakening, innocence, optimism, right? Share the opportunity of new beginnings, right? Which for me is kind of striking a nerve because I'm ended a relationship that was toxic, and I've forgiven and I've moved on, but I still love and miss. And so I'm like, I want so badly to feel safe with the idea of going back. I want so badly to believe that we can, fix this. But, 2 years of lying and cheating, 2 years of sneaking around, 2 years of all this negative and all this toxicity and just all this stuff that kept me awake crying at night. You know what I mean? And I've only been away from it for 4 months. I cannot believe that it has changed enough for the positive, that there's been enough growth and healing for either one of us that we can start again, right? And so for me, that's what I'm struggling with, is a new beginning, because I have a new beginning on my own and I'm happy with my new beginning, other than the fact that I don't have the person that I love, right? I don't have that person in my life that I want to share this new beginning with. And I don't feel safe doing it, right? So, well, that's enough. That's a bit of TMI, right? Okay. So, for the first card, why did I do it like that? 1, 2, 3. That was weird. Because usually when there's going to go above and below, the 1 is in the center, but this time it wasn't. 1 was up here, 2 is down here, and 3 is in the center. So yeah. 1, what can I give, right? You can give new beginnings. You can give optimism, awakening, help people awaken, right? Help people see the truth, give innocence, potential, share, right? Share the potential that they have for healing and growth, right? All right, so then 1, and then down here is 2. 2, illumination, place in shadow seer position. What can I illuminate for others? Oh, let's see. All right, shadow seer. Unused potential. Oh, I just said that. I just said show them their potential for. So the question is, what can I illuminate for others? Unused potential, latent talents, questionable intentions, manipulation, selfishness, unfocused or blocked creative energy. Y'all, I think I just did a reading for myself. All right. So, and then for 3, lessons of joy. Place card as it is pulled. Where can my lessons of joy be uncovered? Shit, because you know what? That is so true. That's accurate for me. I don't know about y'all, but that's definitely accurate for me. Dreams, powerful visions, psychic insights, serendipity, meditation, introspection, intuition, a spiritual experience. Because I don't know if I've mentioned this in passing before. I normally don't mention it at all, but as a child I had dreams that came true, and I had many of them, to the point that I at 10 years old thought I was schizophrenic. I really did. At 10 years old I was asking my mother, hey, do I need to go to some kind of a doctor? Do I need to see someone about all these crazy dreams I'm having? Do I need to talk to a professional? I don't know why at 10 years old that's where my brain went, but that's where my brain went. And so I started sharing these dreams with my mother, and she started telling me, hey, these dreams you've told me about, these things have actually come come to pass. And so once I became aware of this, I started sharing my dreams with her all the time. And she made me aware that these things were really happening. And it continued. It continued on through my teenage years, and I was probably 14 because we were in church. My one of my stepfathers was a Holiness Pentecostal minister, and so we spent a lot of time in church and traveling to churches. We spent a lot of time in prayer and things. And so anyway, I didn't understand my gift. I didn't understand exactly how to use it, and then they had me praying with people and doing all kinds of stuff, and it was just exhausting. And so finally, I was about 14, 15 years old when I just broke down one night crying and begging, God, please just take these dreams away from me. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what they're for. I don't know what they're about. I mean, what is the purpose? I can't stop any of this stuff from happening. I can't do anything. I can't be there and help in any way. And so I didn't understand. And so it just felt like an unnecessary torture, And so I prayed, and I prayed for years. For about 3 or 4 years, I prayed and begged God to just take that stuff away from me. And finally, when I was about 23, they just stopped. The dreams all went away. And then I started, when I was about 32, I started learning more about, the mystical side of life, right? I started learning stuff outside of church, right? And I had always been drawn to cards when I was young and drawn to Wicca when I was young, but I wasn't allowed to explore it. And so finally about 30, 32, I started really, truly just diving in and exploring it. And I learned that, just because you have a gift and you're not in church doesn't mean it's from the devil, right? Because this is what I was told. I was told if you don't use your gift for God and you're not in the church, using it for God in the church, then you're doing the work of the devil. And that was one of the reasons why I was so scared, because I was like, well, no one in church is really telling me what to do with this, but they have me praying for people in comas and stuff. And so I didn't understand. But then when I did begin to understand, I started praying, okay, well, help me grow and learn and heal, this wound, so that way I can start having these dreams again, and my premonition comes back and my intuition comes back, and I can heal that and grow that so I can do something with it. And so that's where I've been at for, the past 13 years, is trying to, and this sounds bad, but make up, right? You can't make up for lost time. You can't, but I feel like I missed a lot. I feel like all this time I could have been doing good, and I wasn't, because I misunderstood. I didn't have the proper guidance. I didn't have the proper instruction, and I worked from a place of fear. And so this is why I said that, right? And this is true for a lot of people, especially when they get their gifts young. Lessons of joy. Where can my lesson of joy be uncovered? And it says, 2, High Priestess, right? So for me, yes, dreams, powerful visions, psychic insights. And why would that be a place of joy for me? Well, because then I'll feel like I'm finally back to doing what it was I was supposed to have been doing with my life, right? So, wow, that's a lot of TMI people. Probably sound crazier now than I normally do. So, anyway, if you've had a similar experience, right? If you can relate it all to what I've said, just drop me a message or an email, let me know. And if you like these, right, I love these, obviously. I'm ranting like crazy going on. I think they're amazing. So this book is definitely in print, right? There's no reason for it not to be in print. There's no reason why you cannot find a copy of this book. I highly recommend getting it. And if you want to learn more about the information, you can always go to her website and look it up. You'll love the pictures. You'll love her insights, because she doesn't have just, the light seer position and the shadow seer position. She also has little stories, right? And I'll go ahead and read one. Let's see, which one? Let's do Temperance, okay? Because we haven't pulled that card. We're going to read Temperance. So I'm going to read the light and shadow of Temperance, and then I'm going to read this little story that she writes to go with it, okay? And that'll keep me from more of my rambling. So, Light Seer. Alchemy, blending energies, harmony, moderation, masculine and feminine balance, duality and amalgamation, the fluidity of time, meditation, the perpetual motion of life, neutrality, restraint, patience, and purpose. Shadow Seer, clashing interest, oil and water, extremes, disharmony, a need to practice moderation in some aspect of your life, severity, polarity, and impatience. Temperance is the alchemist of life, and it calls you to create your purposeful blend using moderation and patience as ingredients. Where are you focusing your precious energy right now? Maybe you've been overdoing it in your social life, or binging on television, drinks, or food, or overspending. Focusing on a relationship that is depleting more energy than it is replenishing. Being wholly materialistic versus wholly spiritual. We live in a world of extreme passions and heated hustle. So slowing down the desire for excess in any one area of your life may be harder than you think. Don't do drastic right now. Stay away from all or nothing choices. Clearing your energy of extremes will foster a dynamic, nourishing flow that is aligned with your perfect alchemical purpose. Seek equilibrium and be mindful of your resources while fusing all the elements to achieve a beautiful balance. You see, that was beautiful. Yep, you know me, I'm thinking. All right, and then down here, this little bit, it says, I walk the middle path and I nourish my spiritual wholeness. That's beautiful. I love this. It's very uplifting. It's very insightful. The artwork is beautiful, which you guys know. So if you do not have this deck, I highly encourage you to get this. Even if you're not one to do readings for other people, even if that isn't something you're into, you know, you can do readings for yourself, but then also you can do just meditation. You can use them just to meditate. So you can take the card like the Empress, look up what it means, and then, or even, you don't even have to look up what it means. You can just meditate on the card itself, right? But if you look up what the card means, then you can focus on that. Now, also, if you're lacking, right? If you feel like you're lacking some of the characteristics of the Empress and you want more of those characteristics within yourself, right? So you can pull out the card and have it in front of you while you do your daily meditations, like whatever that practice is. I myself, I like to pray and then meditate, right? Because prayer, prayer is like asking for what you want, right? Usually guidance, hopefully. Anyway, hopefully you're not just asking for cards and stuff, right? Hopefully you're asking for some sort of guidance and understanding, some sort of enlightenment. Well, then the meditation would be the listening for the answers, right? It would be listening for that guidance. And so you could always just prop it up, sit down, meditate on the card, say your prayers, and then wait for the answers, right? You can do that as well. When I first got cards, like I said, I was young and I didn't really understand what they were. I didn't understand much about them, but I felt drawn to them and I wanted to learn. But that's what I initially was doing. You know, at first I was just meditating on the cards. I would read the card and I'd be like, oh, that's what this card means. And then I would just stare at it, you know, I'm like, I want to be more like that, you know. So you can always just get them for that reason as well. Okay, so that is that. I more than likely am going to go ahead and go through the deck the way I have with The Seeker's Guide to the Hidden Path and The Labyrinth. I more than likely am going to go through this entire book. I'm still looking for the courage to do my readings online, and I'm still doing them in private, one-on-one, a little bit here and there, but I don't know. Here lately I've been feeling like not really doing readings anymore. You know, I run into people when I'm doing my grocery shopping and stuff, and you know, I get into these conversations with people, and by the end of the conversation, you know, they're like, thank you. I needed to hear that. I needed to see things from a different perspective. I need, you know, I don't know. It just, I feel like right now, when I'm out in public, I'm actually doing more good being out in public where people can find me, right? Those who need to vent, those who need some kind of a different perspective, because I'm definitely a weirdo. I definitely look at things differently. And I'm not afraid to tell people what I think, especially when I'm feeling led to share. So I've been spending more time out in public than I normally do, just so I can be there. You know, if I get an itch, right? And that sounds weird, but if I get an itch to just go, you know, to Taco Bell, right? And I'm using Taco Bell as an example because I don't eat Taco Bell, but I had a feeling a couple days ago that I wanted to go to Taco Bell. And of course, all I did was get a drink, and I just sat there. And I ended up in a conversation with a little girl. She was there with her mom. And I never would have known what was going on with that woman because she had the most peaceful, loving spirit about her. But her little girl got to talking like little children do. And, well, I'm not going to tell any of her business, and I'm not going to talk about what I did for her because that's not why I did it, right? I believe in keeping your good deeds, the work you do, between you and God. You don't go around telling everybody about how you bless people, right? That's not what you do it for. Hopefully it isn't. So, but point is being in public, following the intuition, right? Following spirit. It told me to be there. I was there. And we were all blessed because of it. So I'm going to continue doing things how I've been doing them. And if I feel led to do some readings, I will do some readings. Which is kind of bugs me a little bit because I started the channel for the purpose of doing readings, right? But if you have to stay connected, right? And you have to know why you're doing things and do things for the right reason because it's the right reason, right? So I may have had intentions of being a YouTube tarot reader so I can get messages out there for people who need them. And then when I got it started, Spirit's like, nope, thank you for being obedient, but now I want you to obey this. And this is what we're doing now. And you have to have that faith. You have to have that faith and that obedience, right? And I'm hoping that's what I'm doing because, you know, it could be just following my fear. But good things have come from that, so don't think I'm following my fear. Right? Good things came from me doing what I felt led to do. These cards are so beautiful. I hope they're focusing and I'm not just like, making it all blurry. So anyway, that's enough of that. And thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this hour-long ramble of mine and that you go and get the cards. And if you have the cards but you don't have the book and you want the information, please make sure to let me know. That way, if I am leaning more towards not doing that, then I know to go ahead and just do it, you know? So, because, you know, that's another thing too. I was actually gifted a set of these cards, and they weren't pocket size. Well, I guess they were pocket size, but they seemed a little bit bigger than the pocket size I have. And it was not, she did not have the book when she gave them to me, and it wasn't the whole deck. Yeah, I think that's what I mentioned a while back when I mentioned these cards. So she gave me, I was gifted a deck, and it did not have all of them. And I know because I sat there and went through them because I was like, oh, I love these, they're beautiful. And I didn't know what they were called, right? Because it doesn't say it on the cards. I didn't know what they were called or anything. And then finally one day, after a couple years of having them, I thought to myself, oh my goodness, Google has this thing, this new thing, right? Because it was new to me, where you can take a picture of something and then you put the picture into Google and it tells you what it is. That's how I found out what this was. But then that's also how I ended up with that other set that had the horrible guidebook. But thank goodness I'm learning to use technology, right? I'm a dinosaur and I try to do things without technology. But, and so then I was able to realize there's a difference, right? Because Chris Ann, there is a difference. If you get the cards, please make sure to get the one with her name. Otherwise, you are not getting the authentic Light Seer tarot, and you are missing out. So, all right, done with that. So as always, thank you for being here. And if you'd like to leave a comment or question in the comment section below, please feel free to do so. Or if you would prefer to send me an email, you're welcome to do that as well at crystalclairdivination@gmail.com. Again, there's no E, right? That's Claire, not clear. I know I don't speak clearly, but it's Claire, C-L-A-I-R, with no E at the end. And as always, until we meet again and beyond, please have a blessed and beautiful day.